Hello students. Uh, Today the topic which we are going to discuss that is IS 41 agriculture. What is the expected accomplishments of today's session? We will talk about what is the objective of this standard, then we will talk about scope of this standard, then we will talk about different definitions, we will talk about the examples, then what is the recognition criteria, what is the initial measurement of biological asset, what is the initial measurement of agriculture produce, subsequent measurement of biological asset, and finally we will talk about biological assets and government grants, and we will discuss some exam questions. So let's start. What is the objective of this standard? The objective of this standard is to establish standards for accounting of agricultural activity. So here we are supposed to establish the accounting standard, but how to deal with agricultural activity. What is this? Agricultural activity means management of biological transformation of biological assets, which is living plants or animals, we will talk about later on, into agriculture produce. So what is agricultural activity? It is a management of biological transformation of biological assets into agricultural produce, which is invested product of entities' biological assets. So this standard is supposed to cover the management of biological transformation, which is called agricultural activity, how that should be initially recognized and how its measurement will be done. What is the scope of this standard? This standard will apply to all biological assets. Exceptions are these. Bearer plants, it will not apply to bearer plants, which will be dealt under IS 16. Then agricultural produce at the point of a harvest will be dealt by IS 2 inventory. Then government grants related to these biological assets, but with some exceptions, and land related to agricultural activity, which will be dealt under IS 16. Then intangible assets related to agricultural activity, which will be dealt by IS 38. And government grants related to bearer plants, which will be dealt by IS 20. But where this standard, what is the principle for the application of this standard? Where this standard will apply? When there is a management of biological transformation of biological assets, as I discussed earlier. For what? For sale purpose, for to convert it into agricultural produce, or into additional biological asset. Like you have one cow, you have grown that cow, and like in Pakistan, after I believe 1 month, there is Eid al-Adha, which is supposed to be held in all Muslim countries. If you have grown one cow and you want to sell that cow at the time of Eid al-Adha event, so that is the biological asset which you have transformed for sale purpose. There is another possibility that you have dairy farm and you are growing the cow to get milk from that, which you will sell in the market. That is agriculture produce. Then to convert it into another additional biological asset, which is a reproduction of biological asset, you want to get the child through reproduction process from that cow, that is to convert it, to transfer it into an additional biological asset. Okay, I believe you may have got this idea. Then what are the definitions? Biological acids, a living plant or animal. Any living plant or animal is biological acid, but there is one exception in the case of plant, which is called bearer plant. A living plant, it means for plant purpose, you have one exception. If you have a living plant with following characteristics, then it would not be a biological acid, it would be your bearer plant. Is used in production or supply of agriculture produce, is used in production or supply of agriculture produce, then it is living, it is bearer plant. Its expected life is more than 1 year. Used for agriculture produce, but second criteria which it must have to fulfill, that is its life is more than 1 year. You are using it for more than 1 year. I will discuss, elaborate this concept with later on with examples. Has a remote likelihood of being sold as agriculture produce. You are not intended to sell it as an agriculture produce, but you want to use it continuously to produce agriculture produce. Then agriculture produce, the harvested product from biological acids, or there is another case, are from bearer plants, biological acids and bearer plants. Examples, very interesting cases. This is cow biological acid because it is living animal. You have got milk from this is agriculture produce, and by further processing that milk, you have produced cheese. Now, living animal is a biological acid. The product which you are getting from that biological acid is agriculture produce. If you will further process that agriculture produce, the product which you are getting is the product result of further processing after harvesting point. What is harvesting point? When you are detaching your agriculture produce from your biological acid, that is the point which is called harvesting point. How these products, which is a result of a one chain, will be accounted for? Biological acid is under the jurisdiction of IS 41. Agriculture produce till the point of harvest, it would be under the jurisdiction of IS 41. Once it will be detached, means after the point of harvest, it would be under IS2 inventory. Then the product result of further processing after the harvest will always be not part of IS 41. Its relevant standard would be dependent upon the nature of the product. If you are using it for the trading purpose, it would be under IS2. If you want to use for your own, like for further use it would be under IS 16. But most of the cases, it will also go in under IS2, but depends upon the nature. Then there is another example. To elaborate the concept between bearer plant and biological acid. This is a mango tree. It is a bearer plant because it is a living plant and it is used for more than one accounting period to produce agriculture produce. Okay, and it is not for the resale purpose. You are not going to sell the plant itself. You are just selling the produce of that plant, and you are getting the mangoes from that mango tree for more than one accounting period. Then what is the product of this mango tree? That is mango, which is agriculture produce. Then there is a possibility that you will further process that mango and you will produce milkshake from that mango, which is product result of further processing after harvest point. So bearer plant is not under the jurisdiction of IS 41. It will be under IS 16. Agriculture produce till the point of harvest, it would be part of IS 41. And after point of harvest, it would be part of IS 2. It would be part of IS 2. Then there is a product result of further processing after harvest. In that case, no IS 41, because it would be depend upon if you are trading like you are selling the milkshake, it would be under IS 2, depends upon the nature again. So the principal difference is between bearer plant and biological acids. Okay. Now there is another example. Here we have tomato plant, which is biological acid, because you can't like when you are uprooting the root, you are using the root, which is your potato. You are detaching the whole plant from the land. It is not just you are detaching the potato. So its life is only one season. It's not used for more than one. It is also a living plant, but its life is less than one year. So that's why it is biological acid. In previous example, in the mango tree, its life was more than 1 year. You are not uprooting the whole plant. You are just detaching the product, which is mango. Here you are uprooting the whole plant, and then you are using your potato as a agriculture produce. And then there is a possibility that agriculture produce you will further process to produce chips, which is a result of the product processed after the point of harvest. So biological acid is under IS 41. Agriculture produce till point of harvest is under IS 41. Once it is detached from the biological acid, it is under IS 2, and product result of further processing after harvest is not part of IS 41. I believe you people are now clear enough to distinguish between where IS 41 is applicable, where IS 2 applicable, where IS 16 applicable. So what is the recognition criteria? It is a general criteria which is used for any sort of acid. It is probable that economic benefit will flow to the entity. Cost or fair value of the acid can be measured reliably, and entity controls the acid. Initial measurement. Biological acids are initially measured at fair value less any estimated point of sale cost. What is the exception to this rule? If we cannot measure the fair value, in that case, we will use the cost model. But in your exam questions, there is a very high probability, you can say that you are virtually certain that fair value will be given to you. So you will measure your biological acid initially at fair value less cost to sell. How it will be presented? If there is any gain or loss as a result of change in fair value, will be presented in statement of profit and loss. Okay. For agriculture produce, previously we have discussed what? We have discussed initial measurement of biological acid, which is recognized at their fair value. When it is about agriculture produce, again at that time we will use the same principle, which is fair value less cost to sell, and it will be presented in your statement of profit and loss if there is any gain or loss. Now, one important thing, once your agricultural produce is detached from your biological asset or bearer plant, it would be reclassified under IS 20 as inventory. And over there, the fair value less cost to sell would be considered for the purpose of IS2 as your cost. Okay. Then subsequent measurement of biological asset. Again, it is measured at fair value less any cost to sell. And if there is any gain or loss, that will be presented in statement of profit and loss. Okay. Then we have another discussion which is about biological assets and government grants. If there is a grant related to biological asset and grant is unconditional government grant, then when it is receivable, you will recognize that grant as your income. When it will become the receivable, at that point you will recognize your government grant. But if grant is conditional, you will not recognize until all conditions will be met. So the summary of our today's discussion, the critical point is to distinguish whether IS 41 is applicable, whether IS 2 applicable, whether IS 16 applicable. If IS 41 is applicable, in that case, you must have to keep in mind that our criteria for measurement is fair value less cost to sell, and if there is any gain and loss, that will be recognized in your statement of profit and loss. Exam question: to which of the following items does IS 41 agriculture apply? A change in fair value of herd of animals related to the unit price of the animals, logs held in a wood yard, farmland which is used for growing vegetables, and the cost of developing a new type of crop seed which is resistant to tropical disease. Now, first one, yes, it is talking about biological asset. When we have biological asset, then our standard IS 41 will apply. This is logs held in wood yard, IS2 inventory. Farmland, it is always under IS 16 because it is categorically discussed that land which is used for agricultural activities will not be part of IS 41. So it would be under IS 16. Developing a new type of product which is research and development, R&D, and for this purpose it is IS 38, because under the scope we have discussed and intangible assets used for agricultural activities will not be under the jurisdiction of 41, but it would be under the jurisdiction of what? IS 38 relevant standard. So our option is only one. So our answer is option B. Okay. Now, identify whether the following items would be accounted for under IS 41 agriculture or not. First one, dairy cattle. It is the same ditto copy case which we have used in my first example, cows example. Yes, IS 41, milk. There is a possibility it would be until the point of harvest, it would be under IS 41. So IS 41 can apply, but cheese, this is the product which is produced after further processing after the point of harvest. Cheese, it is outside the scope of IS 41. Then Magna owned cattle recorded in the financial statements at $10,500 on 1st January 2004. At 31st December 2004, the cattle have a fair value of 13,000. Now, at 1st January start of the accounting period, its fair value less cost to sell was 10,500 in your financial statements. At 31st December 2004, the cattle have fair value of $13,000. If Magna sold the cattle, commission of 2% would be payable. What is the correct accounting treatment for the cattle at 31st December 2004 according to agricultural activity? Look, at the end of the accounting period, we are supposed to measure it and present in our statement of financial position at fair value less cost to sell, which is 2% of that amount. So 13,000 minus 13,000 times 2%, we can calculate it by direct multiplying with 98%. So it is 13,000 minus 260 equals to 12,270. Sorry, 12,740. So it will be presented in your statement of financial position at 12,740. And is there any gain? Yes. 12,740 minus the value at the start of the accounting period, which is 10,500, is equal to 2,240. So you will revalue it to 12,740, and the gain of 2,240, which is our gain, will be recognized in your statement of profit and loss. Thank you very much, you guys, for your time. I hope you may have enjoyed my lecture. See you with the next topic soon.